You know, first I'd like to give a lot of credit to Corpus. He had them ready to play. They did a lot of things, particularly on the boards, that hurt us. We started just trying to leap with them instead of box them out. And as a result, that's what happens. You've got to be able to rebound defensively with 5. They were missing all the threes except for, I thought they hit one at the end. It must have been a long 2. But if you miss threes, it's going to be long rebounds 90% of the time. That's where the guards have got to check their man, go in and rebound. If you have a player like 13 that just was totally the best post player on the floor in the first half, she did a heck of a job. 24 does a great job of running their ball club. She keeps them in their sets. With as many back screens as they were doing, that was a very good offense for us to go against because we will see it later on in the year. They ran their offense very well. The 3 ball was the difference for us, 12 out of 24, against primarily a man. And normally we're not going to shoot that many, but I was pleased. They were in the flow. We did a pretty good job. Again, point guard play, 12 assists, 2 turnovers. Jordan is just a solid player. I thought she had a great game, and we can find a lot of different positions for her. But I really like how McKenzie was setting the offense early by facilitating. We went with a small lineup, put Pitts at the 4 today, thinking, how do I know? I thought we were going to see zone a whole lot more today. So I added an extra shooter, and they played us predominantly man. But when somebody gets hot, I've got to be smart enough to not worry about egos or what they've done in the past, is put that hot player in like Q, who gives us a lot of energy. And I thought she came in particularly late in the first or early in the second, gave us the energy because she wants to play fast. And she told me, she said, Coach, we played slow at St. John's. I want to play fast. And so what we've got to do is be able to defensive board better, get out in the break, and get more transition points. 10 kids in double figures, played all 14. That's not going to happen all the time, but how smart am I to keep that shooter on the bench and she goes in and just hits 2 threes right in their front. So I was happy for her because she knows she's a shooter, and we've got to be able to find her, and she's got to see what those others are doing to be complete players, to be able to earn her playing time. That's what all freshmen have to do. They have to earn it, like those kids that are sophomores this year. They sat on that bench last year except for games that were 25 points or more. They earned it in practice or better. I think our 5 players, I thought we could dominate in there, but their post defense was pretty good, and some of it we were not getting the ball inside to Roby and Malone enough. But when the 3 is going, sometimes you got to take what they're giving us. Questions?
So is this team built a little bit more for threes, Gary, or is that just the way the matchups went tonight?
No, it's just the way it went. We hadn't shot that well in practice, and I still believe the 3-point percentage nationwide will be worse because we're shooting from the men's line. Now, we used to say everybody just line up and fire it at 19-9, but we're going to play that little game as we did as kids, red light, green light, yellow light. So sometimes they're not going to be allowed to shoot it unless we're into the flow of the offense or it's going into that last 5 seconds. But Pitts, Jordan, Q, and usually Kayla, that's money in the bank for them. We'll just have to find what's working for us because they were sagging on our 5s pretty much, and we were not getting the offensive rebounds. In the first half, they got 19, we got 13. Well, that's misleading because they only shot 30%. So that's going to give them more offensive rebounding stats. We shot 40 7.6, 50%, you're going to have less offensive rebounds. So stats are misleading. Question?
Coach, down the line, especially in the fourth quarter, it seemed like the team was struggling a little bit at the free throw line. How important is it to convert those easy chances, all the opportunities you have? And down the line, how do you work to improve and just continue stressing the importance of this?
The key is getting the right kids to the free throw line more. And that's like getting Wells to the line or Nixon to the line or Pitts to the line. And how many free throws did they have between us? Jordan got 3, we got 3 there. We got to get them to the line more. Okay, our post players, remember, Malia missed 4, but she ran the offense pretty good. She just missed 4 in a row. That happens. And we'll do better, we'll work on it, but I was more interested how active she was when she was in there. She made the most of her minutes that were given to us, even though she missed some shots, but she's being active, realizing she's left-handed. She should have scored that perfect pass to her. She shot it with her right. She had the left hand wide open. But free throws is not going to bother me tonight. It will bother me tomorrow in practice, and we'll do a lot better job of shooting. But we got there 28 times. Okay, but we let them have 22 free throws, and that's for not talking and switching on defense, switching to deny. They kept getting shots underneath the basket, and we'll correct that, hopefully.
And my question was, being kind of your last first game, did this game feel any different to you, whether it be coming back from COVID with no restrictions or kind of, as I mentioned, being your last first game, how did this game feel to you?
Last first game, yeah, I guess it is your last first game. The exhibition game was a game to me. Mm-hmm. The scrimmage that we had was a game. Mm-hmm. I play every game like it might be my last game, because I noticed in the paper today or on the news, Vivian Stringer took off for the rest of the year because of COVID. Mm-hmm. You never know when it's going to happen to a player, to a coach, to an administrator, or to Aaron Rodgers or whoever. You never know. This is the world that we live in. But I was pleased how we played, particularly until the last 3 minutes of the first half. Mm-hmm. I thought we played very well up into the end. They had about a 13-11 lead. We hit some tough shots in that time. We got more transition that we normally get, 24 points, but then we gave them some that we got to clean up, particularly when we're playing a team like Southern on Thursday night. We can't give up that much. Yes, sir.
Overall, it was a great offensive performance with shots all around. Obviously, the 3-ball was working well for you guys. You guys established a great low post game. So my question is, how have you prepared the team to be able to adjust to these different kinds of defenses and seek out the good shots through each possession?
You've got any sport, you've got to adjust to what the other team is trying to do, whether they're playing small ball in baseball or they're playing West Coast offense in football or whatever. You just adjust. That's what I've done for 50 years. You adjust. I really thought we would see more zone. We didn't have it. But I saw a well-coached team down on the other end, and we needed to go against that. Forget the score, because it didn't seem like a 30-point game. And we make adjustments. I got good coaches. I let them work.
We good?
Anything, Robert?
I was just going to say defense, not much the first quarter. Was your energy changed after that, or did you make a little tactical change?
I think they started missing. We started knocking a few threes, but I don't think we changed a whole lot what we were doing defensively, except we didn't talk and communicate. There was a lot of back screens in there that they missed some wide open shots. And we were lucky in that regard. We have to clean up the defense. And then we have to clean up a little bit of offensive play. When we have the size inside, we should have scored more inside, but we couldn't keep our 2 5s out of foul trouble. And we'll work. They learned a lesson. So it doesn't matter. You got to learn to play defense without fouling, and our fives had, what, 7 fouls between them or something like that?